Sygna Lysandre might be the best sync pair of this update. But unlike other videos or YouTubers that hype him up way too much, like sheer amount of multipliers, crazy insane AoE sync nuke level B move, and I'm pretty impressive sync nuke. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to play devil's advocate and tell you to not scout for Sygna Lysandre. And why is that? Well, watch on and let's find out together. Here we go! Yo yo yo, this is Sol, also known as Spielgum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt, Yardis Team Skull Grunt, and this is Pokemon Masters EX, and in this video I tell you to not scout for Sygna Lysandre. Now, I've been doing this for my last several sync pairs. I did one for Palentine's Mallow. I did one for Palentine's Elesa. This is the third one, and I am actually really enjoying making these videos so far. And you guys have been enjoying this negative perspective as well. You know, if you want positive perspectives of these scout videos, you can check out my February 2023 sync pairs, who to scout for, or my 1 out of 5 or none out of 5 scouting guide for free-to-play players or non-free-to-play players, where I am a little bit more positive with my outlook of this sync pairs. But in this video, we are not. I'm gonna give you enumerate the reasons why you should not scout for Sygna Lysandre. So before we begin, guys, if you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, do it now, because that simple gesture is very easy to do. Click, and you immediately help out the channel. You know, making these videos are quite difficult, take up a lot of time, but just doing that really helps out the channel and encourages me to make more videos for you guys. And then number 2, 54.9% of you guys are not subscribed. Yes, more than 50%. So if you haven't subscribed yet, do hit the subscribe button. And I saw that only 10% of you guys have your notifications set to all. I'm kind of surprised about that. So if you haven't set your notifications to all, click on the bell icon, set it to all so that you do not miss any of these uploads. And you know, takes a second as well, maybe a minute, to leave a comment. It also helps me interact with you guys. I'll leave a heart and a thumbs up if I see it, and maybe reply to some of you. So let me know your thoughts as well as to, you know, I'm expecting a lot of people to get angry at me for making this video. A lot of people actually just see the thumbnail and do not watch the video. So, by leaving a comment, I will know that you actually watched this video and that you actually share your thoughts about what I have to say. So, don't just look at the thumbnail, don't just look at the title and say, why? No, why do you not scout or something like that? But anyway, guys, a rant over, or a little intro over, let us begin. So with that said, I would like to give a huge shout out again to all the awesome members of my channel. Thank you everyone for your support. If you want to help out monetarily, you can become a member of my channel by clicking on the join button down below and become a member and support the channel for as low as $1 a month. Or you can become one of my gifted receivers, because these awesome people have been showering extra love in my channel by giving away memberships for free. And if you are lucky enough to receive one, or rather, if you're active in the live chat, if you're active in the comment section, if you're active in the thumbs ups and everything, you have a higher chance of receiving gift memberships. So, if you want to become a member, have some fun in the live chat, get an emoji, extra emojis, get a Pokeball beside your name, you know, just be active and you can become a member. A higher chance in RNG for becoming a member of this channel. Alright guys, with that out of the way, let us begin. This is the timeline of events. And over here, this is the third sync pair of this update. Sygna Lysandre starts on February 13. I'm actually getting this video out to you guys a little bit earlier than usual. We already have Palentine's Mallow, a boring support sync pair that you should probably skip. Which can recover everyone, but she's boring as heck. We have Palentine's Elesa, a very 2019-2020 sync pair with critical strike 1. What a joke. And now we have Sygna Lysandre, a Pokefair. And, you know, Pokefairs essentially have a 10% chance of scouting a random 5-star if you decide to scout on their banners, and a 2% chance of scouting for that sync pair. I told you guys in my last 2 videos that it might be better to scout for Pokefairs instead of seasonals because of the higher rates, but I said I had my reservations. And this is that one. Tell me if you guys agree right now. Don't you think that the rates of Pokefairs are sus? You know, sometimes the rates of Pokefairs are even worse than Master Fairs or seasonals. The chances of getting the featured unit, it says 2%, but people have more than often been shafted in Pokefairs much more than Spotlights or Seasonal Scouts or Master Fairs. For some reason, I'm not sure. Maybe DNA is secretly, you know, rigging the rates, and, you know, DNA, or rather the game, has a record of shafting people who scout for the most popular sync pair of this update. And I would have to say the most popular sync pair in this update is Sygna Lysandre. So the chances of people getting shafted with Sygna Lysandre is pretty high, in my opinion. The chances of people will get shafted here is gonna be really high. Plus, he is the bait unit of this update. Baits are designed to bait you, to eat up your gems, to get people to use all their gems so that they will have no gems or very little gems, or less gems at least, for the anniversary. So, if you want to get baited, then scout for him. But remember that if you get baited and if you get shafted, you only get your first copy at scout points, at 400 scout points, and that is equivalent to 36,600 gems, paid or non-paid. Paid gems, you can go as little as 36,400 gems, combination of paid and non-paid, but 36,000 gems nonetheless to go for scout points, to go for your first copy. And I had my share of Pokefairs that I did not get a single copy until scout points. So take note of that. It might actually happen to you. This is just a warning from me, a friendly warning from me, telling you guys to be aware of the chances of this risk. Number 2, Pokefairs do not give you presents. Seasonals give you presents on your first 3 multiples on their regular banners. On their paid banners, they give you a 100% chance of scouting for 1 copy at 20,200 paid gems. A guaranteed 5-star after 7,700 gems. So at least you get something in seasonals. You do not get anything with Pokefairs. And for Master Fairs, you have presents on your first 5 multiples. Pokefairs, you get nothing by scouting. So those are the risks that you have to take note of when you're scouting for Sygna Lysandre. And remember that we do not exactly get enough gems. I discussed in my How Many Gems Can We Get video for February 2023 that we are not exactly getting 36,600 gems in this update. So, better save your gems or use your gems wisely if you want to have enough gems for the anniversary. And speaking of anniversary, the anniversary is happening on February 28th. And on February 28, we are guaranteed to have at least 1 or maybe 2, or if we copy last year, 3 impressive sync pairs. Now, it's not guaranteed that they're gonna be better than these sync pairs, because, you know, sometimes they're a little bit less, not that impressive, but most of the time there will be at least 1 sync pair that's gonna be way very good sync pair. Last year, we got Anniversary May. Very good sync pair. Until now, she's like one of my favorite, if not a favorite flying type, because of how good she is with AoE debuffing, AoE flinching, and yeah, basically AoE flinching, very nice to use, plus flying zone. So if you want to have at least gems to scout for the anniversary unit, might be better to just skip all the units here, or you know, they last until March 5 anyway. So maybe save, do not do anything, do not scout yet, wait for the anniversary to come, and that's the time you scout. But you know, most of you guys are impatient and want sync pairs on day 1. So those are the timelines and those are the stuff. I'm gonna move on from here. So this is what you will see if you are actually able to scout for Sygna with Lysandre, which good luck if you're scouting, because again, the rates might be rigged. He is a striker, a special striker. And most of our water types right now are special types, special strikers. We have so many special strikers right now. Archie is a special striker. We have May, a tech sync pair, but AoE, water type special damage as well. We have, what else? We have the normal 4-star Seabold, who's pretty impressive as well. AoE striker as well for special attacks. And so many other sync pairs, including Summer Gloria and Inteleon, and so on and so forth. Do we need an additional water type striker? And speaking of strikers, guys, his defense and special defense are low. Not to say that other strikers have high defense and special defense stats, but strikers are known to have low defenses, and he is no exception. So, just assume that he might get killed with the opponent's sync move or other AoE attacks. You know, if he is not your tanker. He should not be your tanker, by the way. And if the opponent just attacks you and you have not raised your defenses, or something happens and you did not raise your defenses and stuff, he is a candidate of fainting. A huge candidate of fainting. So, that's number 1. AoE attacks of the opponent or their opponent's sync move will most likely kill off or make Sygna with Lysandre faint because of striker low defenses. Number 2. He has Steam Eruption, Heat Wave. Steam Eruption, 95% accuracy. Heat Wave, 90% accuracy. They are not 100% accurate. Unless you have him 5 out of 5, you get Piercing Gaze. Yes, trainer move Blazing Belief can raise your accuracy stat, but the moment the opponent raises its evasiveness stat by 1, you know how sus the opponent's evasiveness stat is and your accuracy is with the RNG, there is always a chance that you will miss your Steam Eruption, you will miss your Heat Wave. Steam Eruption is a 4 move gauge expensive attack. Heat Wave is a 3 move gauge expensive as well attack, not as expensive as Heat Eruption, but a Steam Eruption. But check out his speed stat. It's only 287. It is not high at all. So he is gonna have some issues with the move gauge management. And I did say in my scout or skip videos, or in my 1 out of 5 or none out of 5 or who to scout for videos, that B Hydro Pump is unlimited. And it will, you know, give you a free move next, free move next, free move next. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. I did not notice. B Hydro Pump can only be used once. And that's such a letdown because I thought B Hydro Pump is gonna be a game changer. What this does is it unlocks when one opponent is burned. at least one opponent. So Heat Wave can burn the opponent, but 10% chance only. Plus the Hostile Environment 3, that makes it around 40%, 30% chance of making the opponent burn. Around 40%. Steam Eruption has a very high percent chance of making the opponent burn, almost 100%. So you want to use Steam Eruption, which takes at least 3 turns to maximize the damage. Steam Eruption on the center, Steam Eruption on the left, Steam Eruption on the right. That's 12 move gauges used immediately. That's gonna take a lot of time to do that. And then once you do this, you use B-Hydro Pump once. B-Hydro Pump normal damage first. And then after that, you'll give yourself the super effective up next. And then you'll give yourself the free move next and the special moves up next effect. So these multipliers will not activate for B-Hydro Pump because you can only use once. B-Hydro Pump will not have any multipliers. And your next attack after you use B-Hydro Pump, which is going to be Steam Eruption or Heat Wave, will have those multipliers that we're talking about. So, if you think that you can have those insane multipliers for B-Hydro Pump, well, you might be wrong there. So, what else? We have, yes, he can raise his critical hit rate to maximum. But then, yeah, that's about it. That is to be expected of strikers these days, you know. Immediately raise their, maximize their critical hit rate. And yes, you can raise your special attack stat and before that, guys. Let us watch his Sing move first. The poor Lucario. Hiya, extra damage. Anyway, guys, at least, unlike the seasonal units, this one has a little bit of effort put in to the Sing move. So, no complaint, less complaints about that one. He has Grand Entry 4, which I'm sad that it was not Grand Entry 6, which maximizes the special attack stat immediately. So, if you want to raise the special attack stat even more, you have to unlock it in the Sync Grid. For now, he only gets at special attack +4 at the start of the battle. The good thing is, it's at the start of the battle, you do not need to raise the special attack stat anymore with a trainer move or something. The bad thing is it's not +6, it's only +4. You got Searing Surge 5, powers up your attacks, and powers up your Sync move if the opponent is burned. 50% damage, or 50% increase in damage. But, you know, could go higher, I guess. Could go higher. Hostile Environment 3 could have been Hostile Environment 4 and given as a almost exceeding 100% chance of Steam Eruption burning the opponent and Heat Wave a higher chance of burning the opponent. With Hostile Environment 3, I think it just triples the chances. So Steam Eruption, 90% chance of leaving the opponent burned. Just correct me if I'm wrong there. Could have been 100% or something like that. And Heat Wave, I think it's 40% chance of leaving the opponent burned, if not 30% chance. And I wish it was like 50% chances instead. So, that's that. And guys, Pokefairs these days have 5 out of 5 grids. And if you actually scout for him, you are supporting DNA's decision of earning more money by asking players to scout more copies for them. You know, not everyone will go 5 out of 5. But some players actually are completionists and will not stand having sync pairs not having the full sync grid. I'm not one of them. I thought I was. And I thought I will be crazy for 5 out of 5, but now I have sacrificed a couple of sync pairs, and I've kept them at 3 out of 5. But there are other players that actually are crazy for 5 out of 5, and that's not the way. Not all of the whalers. Other people, not whalers, not insane whalers, because there are levels of whaling as well. Other people just want complete sync grid. And by scouting for Lysandre, Sygna Lysandre, you are encouraging DNA to provide more sync pairs with 5 out of 5 grids. Right now, it's just Poke Fairs, but wait till we see Master Fairs having 5 out of 5 grids. It hasn't happened yet, but there is always a chance that 5 out of 5 grids for Master Fairs will happen. So by encouraging them, you know, they release 3 Poke Fairs right now, almost at the same time. They're experimenting how the people will react, how many people will scout this. If they see that enough people scout for Sygna with Lysandre, for Emma, for Annabelle, they might do it for the Master Fairs. So, warning. Take note of that. Yes, I'm still gonna scout, but 5 out of 5 is just sus. So, what does he get? Gets all these multipliers. I'm not gonna talk about them too much. Blue, meaning it's affecting either his Steam Eruption or Heat Wave, or maybe the body move. Red affects the sync move. And as you can see over here, he does not exactly have bad numbers of multipliers. In fact, he has a lot of multipliers. But then 4 out of 5, he gets Piercing Gaze. My mistake, I said 5 out of 5 earlier. Again, his attacks are not 100% accurate. And until you get Piercing Gaze at 4 out of 5, you might have a chance of missing attacks. And at 5 out of 5, we got a super effective up next effect for Super Sync 9, another multiplier. 5 out of 5 burn down 9. Might be good, but then it is at 5 out of 5. And speaking of 5 out of 5, guys, the grid is so expensive. DNA does not give us extra energy in terms of increased move levels. In fact, look at this. If I want to go for Scorching Sync 9, which I probably will prioritize the multipliers. Look, Scorching Sync 9 over here. We got Super Sync 9 over here. And what multipliers do we have left? Probably we get the Sync Move Power Plus 25. Scorching Sync is another multiplier. Sync Move Power Plus 25. I have 16 energy left and I haven't gotten Scorching Sync 9 yet. If I go for this and this, I have 4 energy left. And what about this Piercing Gaze? Not enough anymore. I have none for Burn Down. I have none for this. What the heck, DNA? What can I do? You want us to scout for 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, but you do not give us enough energy to do that. So lots of problems with the grids. So this is the reason why I do not exactly like 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5 as well, because it is just not feasible. So let us not support DNA let us not support DNA's decision by skipping on this unit. Alright? Let's move on, guys. Here we go with the timeline again. So I already said my thoughts about this one. Let's move on right now to the numbers. Sygna with Lysandre has the lowest special defense. And you might expect him to have the highest special attack stat, but no, he does not. Leon has the highest special attack stat. Pretty low speed stat, much higher with Leon. Leon has 336, Sygna with Lysandre has 287. HP stat, 665 average. Defense, special defense, really low. Yeah, it's just sad because, again, like what I said with Palentine's Elesa, there is nothing notable about this sync pair. Nothing stands out from this list if you compare the sync pairs of this level. Yes, alone, 400 special attack might be good, but together, if you observe this list of sync pairs over here in this update, he does not stand out. He stands out by having the lowest special defense, which is not good at all. And in terms of the multipliers, yes, he has the most number of multipliers, but as I have proven earlier, by going the sync move multiplier, we do not exactly have anything for the attack move multipliers. We do not have Piercing Gaze. We do not have the other good things about him. It's just sad. And in terms of the attack move multipliers, there are so many, but again, you have to decide whether you want sync move or attack move multiplier, which is, I wish you can get both, right? Don't you want to get both instead? And how about the damage? We have so many multipliers. How about the damage? Well, this is the damage calculations done by Jack over here with the STDK12's tools over there. Water type damage. With the buddy move, we can have a maximum of 8075606, which is the strongest out of all the water types over here at number 1. But in terms of sync move, it's only number 12, which compared to all the other water types that we have, you know, we have one water type that came out really recently, or actually two. We have Sygna, or rather Champion Sygna. And if you have Champion Sygna, I mean, why do you need another water type? Champion Sygna is so good with the debuffing and everything. So Sygna Suit Lysandre is just a complete joke. Because Sygna Suit Sygna already can do anything. Plus, just look at Sygna Suit Sygna over here. Where the heck is Sygna Suit Sygna? Or rather, Champion Sygna. I'm confused now. Champion Sygna. Sorry, I kind of typed stuff. Come on, get back. Oops. Champion Sygna over here. Where the heck's Champion Sygna? Oh, Sygna Champion over here has the highest sync nuke at 28,259,053 and the second highest DPS. This number 8075606 is the buddy move, which you can only use once. This one you can use an unlimited number of times. What do you guys prefer? Well, if you did not scout for Champion Sygna, she is gone. But if you have her, then you should completely skip this one. And by the way, I did another one over here. So Steam Eruption, if you're curious, can do 5,068,372. So it's also quite high, but then it only hits one opponent and it is 4 move gauge attack. Water Shuriken, if I'm not mistaken, is only a 2 move gauge attack. If not 2, it's 3. I think it's 2. This is a 4 move gauge attack. It's so expensive. 5,068. This one is 4,184. Yes, you need to debuff the opponent and stuff, and you have to buff yourself up. But then, overall, 2 move gauge attack is more efficient than a 4 move gauge attack. And then we have another move. We have fire type damage over here with Heat Wave. Heat Wave 4,798,059. And by the way, if you did not notice, I got all the sync grid tiles over here, which is impossible to do in the real life, in real scenario. So this is impossible to do. So those numbers that you saw earlier, probably not possible. So you should probably ignore and not scout for him at all. So I'm actually done. Let us rewind everything and talk about him, why you should not scout again. Number 1, he's a Pokefair. Pokefairs, yes, have a 10% chance of getting a random 5-star, but then a 2% chance of getting the featured unit. But there is a secret. I don't know if DNA is rigging the rates of Pokefairs, but people get shafted more often in Pokefairs than other scouts. It might be because people save their gems and not scout and just scout for the Pokefairs. And who knows that DNA might be changing the rates a little bit for the popular sync pairs, and that's why they get shafted more often in Pokefairs. And this is the most popular sync pair of this update, so the rates might be even lower than 2%. He is water type, and there are so many other water types. Water type is like one of the most number of sync pairs out there. Let us check how many water types there are. water type, there are 32. There are 32 water types. There are 27 fire types. Like, there are so many other sync pairs of that type that do you actually need another water type? He's a striker. That means the defenses are low. He has a low speed stat, which means that you're probably gonna have trouble with using your Steam Eruption, because Steam Eruption is a 4-move gauge attack and only hits one opponent. Yes, he has a buddy move, but then you can only use the buddy move once. Yes, it's gonna be sync move level, it's gonna be sync nuke level, but you can only use it once. People think that you can one-shot stages with the buddy move. But what if you do not one-shot the stage? You know? You still have to defeat some opponents to do that. And then what else? Yes, you can pair up Rain to make him stronger, but then again, with the sync grid and everything, you are limited with the number of grid tiles that you can get with him. There are good multipliers. There are not so good multipliers, like 5 out of 5. By getting 5 out of 5 tiles, you're supporting DNA's decision of coming up with more units that have 5 out of 5. Right now, it's just Poke Fairs. But wait till DNA comes up with Master Fair 5 out of 5 sync pairs. Probably now everyone is okay because it does not matter anyway, because the game is easy enough to defeat using one copy of the featured unit of that update. But wait till the game difficulty gets high enough, if that even happens. It could not, it could, who knows. And then there are other sync pairs over here. And we are so close to the 3.5 year anniversary that if Sygna Lysandre decides to shaft you, and you have to get one copy at 36,600 paid gems, and you have a limited number of gems, you probably will not have enough to scout for the anniversary units, which could be even stronger and sussier. Who knows? Maybe that's the time that the 5 out of 5 Master Fairs come out, and those tiles might actually make a difference. Right now, it's optional. There are sync pairs with 5 out of 5 grids that make a difference. But for now, for Sygna Lysandre, 5 out of 5, yes, you get to debuff the opponent. But then, doesn't matter much because most of his multipliers are at 3 out of 5. So, that is that for my do not scout for him. But you know, if you really like Lysandre, who am I to stop you guys? Scout for your faves instead of the meta. Again, I am here to provide a devil's advocate view of this sync pair. If you've been watching this, if you've been enjoying my do not scout videos, let me know your thoughts so that I will know that you did not just look at the thumbnail or read the title and just say, oh, I hate you for saying that you should not scout for the best sync pair of this update. Because I know a lot of people actually did that based on the comments of my last 2 videos. Some people even said, oh, I trust you, SBL Gum. You told us not to scout, then I will not scout. Hey, these videos are supposed to provide both views positively and negatively at the same time. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to scout? Are you gonna skip? Are you gonna listen to me do not scout? Or are you gonna be convinced otherwise? Are you going to scout instead? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But do not say anything that will spoil the surprise for the people who do not watch the videos actually. So, keep it that, guys. I appreciate you guys watching until the very end. Again, this is my do not scout video. If you haven't yet, do leave a thumbs up, as it takes a lot of my time to do this video. Right now, it's 3 AM and I have to wake up at 5:30. My life is always like this. Working midnight, always lacking sleep. And then I have to kind of try to find time to rest in the middle of the day, which is not really healthy for my sleep cycle. So I'd appreciate you guys if you would do me a favor, do it right now, as it encourages me to work hard. Even though it's not healthy, but it encourages me to work hard. And again, turn your notifications on and set it to all, because only 10% of you have your notifications set to all. Speaking of one more random thing that I observed, only 11% of you subscribers are female. Why? I don't know. Tell me why most of the people who watch my videos and are subscribed are male. I don't know. Does my style of making videos turn off females? I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Or whatsoever, but, you know, let's get those numbers up. If you are a female and watch my videos, subscribe. And let's get that number up. But with that said, let me end, guys, by thanking these people one more time. Thank you to all my gifters for showering this channel with much love and support and generosity. Thank you to the receivers. You guys have been active. Most of you have been active, you know. The members have spent money to give you guys memberships, and by being active, you know, it's worth it for them. You're making them happy as well. And thank you to all the members, the awesome members of my channel, for all the love and support all these years. Shadow, Phil, Alcin, and Roy have been supporting me for 2 years. Luca, Jeremy, Sasri, Marcella, Jose have been supporting me for 1 year. Iwiz, almost 1 year. Thank you, Ultra Boltier Marokman, who has been giving me before he became an Ultra Boltier. Thank you for all the super thanks. I really appreciate that. Shido Vods, thank you for Premier Boltier, the only member there right now. And the rest of the people at Pokeball tier, Tatsuya Gold, Apsaras Gaming, Message Espilgum, Kundan, and Pokefriendo. Thank you so much for your support. And I'm done. I enjoyed making this video, and make me enjoy better by hitting the thumbs up right now. And again, you know the drill. I do not have to say it anymore one more time. With that said, this is Sol, also known as Espilgum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt. You're this Team Skull Grunt. This video comes out on a Saturday, so enjoy your weekend. Stay sus. I will see you in the next video. Rawr!